the weather. In and out.
Hi.
Hi. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, hey, everybody.
I think I just broke your chair. No, I didn't. It felt like my butt sunk into the chair.
Oh, I don't think you broke it.
No.
No.
How's everybody doing? Hi, Sharon.
Hi, everybody.
So tonight we have a very, 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 very special guest. We have Dana Wingerd, who...
Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at the phone. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so we are having Dana on tonight to talk to us about all of her phenomenology.
Phenomena.
Phenomena. And we're going to talk to her about all that good fun stuff from the beginning up to the end. She's calling. Mm-hmm. She won't be on Facebook Live, but excuse me. But
so we'll have it just real loud next
we'll have
to
it loud. So if there's any questions anybody has for our lovely Dana, let us know and we will ask her. So this week we have Dana on. Next week we are having Pam and Steve Barry on to talk about the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash and all that fun stuff as well. So make sure next week on the 11th you tune in for that. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a great one as well.
Yes.
So we're just waiting for sorry, Bethy.
Okay.
We're just waiting for Dana to call. Shared with everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Sharon, I like your top fan badge. She's a top fan.
Ah. She's our top fan.
Yeah. Gosh, we look like I look like
one of those days. Oh, wait. Oh no.
Well,
somebody bought a ticket for something.
Oh, that's cool. Maybe it's for the event. Yeah. Which, real quick, let's plug that real quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, December 7th, there's an event at Marlton VFW and Toys for Tots. It's all psychics and healers and readers and stuff like that. That's this Saturday from 11 to 6 in Marlton, New Jersey. So you can come down to that and get a reading or buy a gift card for someone to get a reading. And then December 20th and 21st, we will be at the Brew team, Paul's Discovery Farm in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, and we are doing the ghost investigation for the very first time.
It's never been investigated before. So this is fresh blood.
Fresh. Yeah, exactly.
It's never been investigated. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, Friday I won't be there. Beth and Sabrina and Anthony and Mike and all, they'll be there Friday night and Saturday. My brother's getting married Friday, so I won't be there. I won't be there Friday, but I'll be there Saturday with everybody else to help out. So Friday and Saturday, come on out, guys. It'll be fun. I mean, get somebody a Christmas gift. Mm-hmm. Not much goes on during the winter, with investigating and stuff. So,
right.
Maybe it's the Brew's journey to do stuff when everybody else isn't doing stuff. Who knows?
Yeah. Come out and support it. But they're both for a great cause,
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're excited. Does it work? So it's working.
Oh, there she is. All right, here she is. And without further ado, Miss Dana.
Hello. Hi, Dana.
Hello.
Hi, Dana. How are you? Oh.
I am good.
Hold on. I want to make sure you're nice. You are loud.
Can everybody hear us?
Am I too loud?
But I just want to make sure everybody can hear us in Facebook world.
Can everybody hear Dana? Say hello, Dana. See if they can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah. So how's it going, woman?
It's going good.
Good.
It's going really good.
Yeah. So we wanted to bring you on. I think I wanted to bring you on now and then maybe a little bit closer to phenomenology. And I wanted to just talk about phenom because out of all of the events, and this is me personally, out of all the events I've ever been to, phenomenology has been the number one. Like, it has been the best. It is the funnest. It is... I mean, it just is, it's really, you have to experience it once in your lifetime. It's one of those things, I think.
Well, thank you. That's a huge compliment. I mean, there's a lot of events out there, and that's definitely a huge compliment.
I'll tell you what, you guys, now, being in Gettysburg, I know it's not in Gettysburg this year; it's in Lancaster, and
Yes.
but which is awesome still, you know. But when I always went to, I went to the ones in Gettysburg, and I mean even the with I don't want to sound like I'm putting anybody else down, with what they do, because even the Pennhurst, we're a part of the Pennhurst crew, you know what I mean? Like we
Right.
help out, but.
Right.
One thing I noticed that's different with your event and any of the other events that we help out with, because we are part of Ghostly Excursion, so we help them out whenever we do things, which all their events are awesome.
Yeah, they are. I agree.
One thing that I feel is different, which I feel like people need to know, is the para celebs that do the ghost investigations are at these places the entire time. So
yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah, they seem to enjoy interacting with everybody, and also I don't put them on, like, I know when we did in Gettysburg, we would have 3 nights of investigations. I make sure that I don't kill anybody and put them on every night, because they're getting up early, they're doing their stuff in the vendor room, so I make sure, like, I kind of rotate it out so nobody's overworked, I guess, so to speak.
It really is such a fun event. Like, Beth is a virgin for Phenomonology, just so you know. And, and she's going to be there. And, it's good. You have to experience it at least once. I mean...
Yeah, I've heard all great things about it. And I'll be there doing readings, as you know. But, yeah, so I'm really excited. I've heard all good things. So it's an honor for me to be able to experience this wonderful event that is so well run.
So take us back to the beginning. Like, how did Phenomonology become to fruition? And how did it, and when you started out, I'm sure, I don't know, I wasn't at the first one for sure, but, from the first one into now, like, how have you, and why did you leave and decide to come and do it and go back and all that? I want to know all of it.
Okay. This started probably a long time ago when Ghost Hunters actually first came out, and I found that they were going and doing an event called UnipCon with Ryan Buell. Ryan used to go to Penn State before the show and all that, and he would run a paranormal convention, and he would bring in John Zaffis, Jason and Grant, some other people that I knew. Well, I didn't know him at the time, and I went to UnipCon, and I kind of started meeting people there. Dave Schrader went there as an attendee, as I did, and I met him and we became friends and everything. So this is going way, way back. Then UnipCon started to become less and less popular, and Dave Schrader started Darkness Radio events. I don't know if any of you ever went to those.
I didn't go to them, but I have heard of I've heard of them, but I've never gone to them.
Yeah, so Dave would do darkness events pretty much all over the country. I went with Dave to the Queen Mary, to the Stanley, to Eastern State, Rolling Hills. So I've been on basically every trip that Dave did, and I kept bugging Dave. I'm like, do Gettysburg. And I took him all these brochures from Gettysburg. I'm like, you need to do Gettysburg. You need to go do Gettysburg, and kind of think I got on his nerves. And he finally looked at me and said, do it yourself.
Oh, wow, okay.
So I was like, fine, I'll do it myself.
And you did.
So I did. So I kind of incorporated some stuff that I liked from UnipCon, and then the other stuff that I liked from Darkness Radio events. Darkness Radio events really didn't have the vendors. It was more, you do the lectures, you do the ghost hunt, and you hang out. And then UnipCon had a little bit more of the vendors and stuff. So I kind of incorporated everything that I liked from both events, and then that's how it got started. Dave was a huge help from the beginning. He basically held my hand to get me started and hooked me up with the celebrities that didn't know me that well, but he trusted me enough and kind of put them in my hands and built relationships with them over the years, and here we are now. I stopped for a couple years because it's really hard on me. I don't have funding from anybody. Our funding is from ticket sales. I don't have a county behind me. I don't have a township. I don't have sponsors. So basically, this event is strictly run off of ticket sales. So I stress out so much. I pretty much like a month before the event, I will be in the emergency room with chest pains. It happens every year.
Gosh.
No.
I imagine. I mean,
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean,
Yeah.
crepe. I mean, when my dad passed, we did a couple of fundraisers because we started a scholarship fund, and
Right.
even that, something that small compared to Phenom, you know, it was small, and that was like nonstop. You're stressed out. You're trying to get this together. You're going to,
Right.
you know what I mean? And
Right.
it's like I can only imagine. I mean,
Yeah, so that's why I stopped for a while. I just kind of wanted to regroup, and there are a lot of events out there, and I am competing. I don't want to really call it competing, but I am up against events that charge like $20 a ticket when our VIP passes are $175, our day passes are $50. So, you know, it's hard when you're considerably more expensive, but it's also a completely different experience. We keep the crowd size small, at least for the VIPs, because definitely on Thursday and Friday, the crowd size is not going to be more than 250, which is good because you don't have to stand in line forever for the celebrities. You kind of get up close and personal. One thing about Phenomonology I think is different than some of these other events is that we all stay at the same hotel. So you got your celebrities and you got your attendees at the same place. So you're hanging out.
right.
You know, they don't seclude themselves. They're not behind curtains. It's not like you can only talk to them when they're at their table. You can really kind of get up close and personal, and that's what I wanted. I wanted that feel for everybody to get to know the people that they watch on TV, and I really think the celebrities appreciate it too, because I know friendships have been formed over the years because of Phenomonology.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That was one of the things I love. And I'll be like, before I knew John Zaffis, I remember the first time I had met him. It was the first time I was ever like, I've been starstruck a couple of times, should I say, with the Phenoms. You know, when you first meet the people, and you know, these are people that you've watched growing up, and you're doing what you're doing because you've watched these people. And
Right.
then they walk in and you're like, and then on top of that, they're so freaking cool. And you're like,
Right.
wow,
Yeah.
like they're not dicks. They're awesome. Like, you know, you like them even more. So it's definitely what I loved was going to the bar
Right.
in the hotel, and they're all just hanging out and talking, and you can walk up to them. You can go up to them and say, hey, can I get a picture real quick? And they, you know, like, you know, and they'll talk to you like, oh,
Yeah, that's
you know,
good. Yeah.
Well, you know, and what's funny, one thing I remember about Jason said he was always at the Darkness radio events. After hours, you know, we would talk to him. He'd be like, you know what, I don't want to talk about this. Let's talk about fishing. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause
Yeah.
he had been talking all day, so we kind of got involved in what they liked outside of ghost hunting and all that. So that was cool, too, because you kind of got to know him as people. Jason helped me through a rough patch in my life. Him and his wife actually helped me through a rough patch in my life at one point in time. So it's like I built these relationships with these people.
Nice. Yeah.
So it means so much more to me than just an event.
right.
You know, it's family. And Julia, who is 18 now, she was, how old was she, 7 or 8 when we started? And she's just like, you know, she might have been, I don't know how old she was, but however old she was, you know, she's like, these people are people I grew up with. Like, you know, these are my family.
Yeah.
Right. And now she's old enough she can help.
Right. Right.
So-
She definitely can help. Well, when she was younger, you know, the celebrities would like give her tips to go get them drinks and stuff. So
Yeah, well, there you go.
She was always helping.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, it's hard, and I'm sure you do have it. It's hard to see any negativity coming at you when you're doing something so positive. But again, we're in this field. We're no strangers to paradrama. So I'm sure there are people out there that, you know, and it's you know, when you're successful, you have to. I mean, look at the Barrys. You know what I mean? Like when you're successful at doing something, you know, there's
People
always
wanna
going to be
bring you
those few people that want to
Try to bring you down.
try.
or-
Yeah, for some reason, there's always that little worm in there. You know what I mean? That tries to get in there and ruin it. Beth, you know, when you had your psychic event,
Yeah.
some lady was trying to.
Sue me for using the term psychic and healing event.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to kind of just be
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep doing me and doing, because you're doing whatever you're doing is for good. It's for the
Right.
for the best. You know, it's
Right.
So how did you land the spot in Lancaster?
All right, so funny story. I kind of wanted to get away from Gettysburg a little bit for reasons like, the Berries are doing their event there, I like to be respectful of other people and other events, and I always like to be different. But a couple years ago, Jeff Belanger had a show out called An Amish Haunting, and it was incredibly interesting. It was just a couple of episodes, but he told stories of Amish hauntings, of stuff that went on within the Amish community, and I thought was really interesting. So I just kind of wanted to dig deeper, and I figure I can bring Jeff out, and he can talk about, the different stories of what goes on in the Amish community. Not that they like us to talk about that or anything,
right. Yeah.
but you see them as such a secluded people, and you don't really think of them as being believing in ghosts and that kind of thing, because they're really extremely Christian, like.
Yeah.
They're so different than us. You don't think about them having ghost stories and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was interesting. I'm like, well, let's bring everybody into Lancaster. We'll tell some of these stories. We're going to investigate Bowie's Brewery, which is a fantastic place. It's huge. Mm-hmm. And, so we'll be able to go in there and investigate. I've been wanting to get in there for years.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. We've got the hotel portion. We've got the catacombs. I know the Ghost Hunters has investigated there before. So that should be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that's interesting. Like, I never even thought about that. Like, is it taboo for the Amish? Like, to really, like, do they have to be, like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, I think they're more superstitious than we think they are, because, they're supposed to be in by sundown and stuff like that. But they don't open up to us.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell. They can't connect to the rest of the world. That's the reason why they don't really use electricity, is not so much because they can't use electricity, but because the electric lines are connected to the rest of the world. And they're not supposed to be connected to the world in that way. And they definitely, you can't take their picture, you can't take video. There's all that kind of stuff that's going on with the Amish. So it should be really interesting while we're there.
Yeah.
Which I'm getting ready to get a hold of the mayor of Lancaster. She's not Amish, and kind of talk to her about bringing the event in, and I'll talk to them about different local businesses. I mean, the food around there is amazing. Amish food is awesome. It's very home style, home cooked, all natural stuff. So I'm going to see if maybe some of the local restaurants might give us discounts and stuff. So I'm going to be going out there. I mean, it's very modernized, because if you go there, there's your Target, there's all your outlet stores. So it's not like we're going to be out in the middle of nowhere with just a bunch of farms, but they're not very far away.
Right. Yeah. Right. So, by the way, Jeff Ballinger, just so you know, 15 minutes of one of my most memorable investigations was at Phenomonology in the basement at the Farnsworth House with Jeff Ballinger and Robert Murch.
Dave?
No, Bob Murch. The
wow.
two of them. 15 minutes of pure, like, I never laughed so damn hard in my life. It was the best, most memorable one ever. Like, it was awesome. Jeff Ballinger is hilarious. He really is.
He is too funny. Yeah.
I really love him. I know, he writes for Ghost Adventures. I'm not a fan of the show, but I am a fan of Jeff's. I just think he's awesome.
Well, one thing, even if you're not a fan of the show, if you look at the writing that Jeff does for it, he does find the historical stuff, and he does find the legends. I mean, he doesn't, do the investigating part, but he finds the history stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. He's great. I really do. I have a couple of his books, and I think he's just awesome. I'm happy that I feel like Phenom is like a big family reunion,
It is. It definitely is.
It feels like this big family reunion you have, and every year, it just seems to get better and better and better.
Thank you.
And there was a year, like, there's always like something that's like you just remember. I remember the Harlem Shuffle at the, what was that? What was
At
that?
the Eisenhower.
Yeah, what was that? 105 or one? I can't remember which one it was.
I think it was 104. I think it was 104.
Yeah, that was amazing. Like, just hands down amazing. I mean, John Zaffis was dressed up like, well, he was make up like a zombie, and he was like standing in the middle of. It was just like that was awesome. But yeah,
and Josh Gase walked through, shaking his head.
Yes,
I thought that
Josh
was
Gase
funny.
walked through, and then we had the suitcase carrier thing. Somebody just went flying by with that in the middle of it. It was awesome.
Yeah, we've done a lot of ridiculous things.
Yeah, it's all fun though. I mean, just everybody just hanging out, and it just seems to be the one event where everybody just seems, and maybe it is because everything is at the same place. You know, the vendors, the power celebs, the attendees, the and I think it's a great event. I love it. Yeah.
Well, I think the fact that it's comfortable, you can go and watch a lecture, and then you can go up to your room if you need to for a couple of minutes, and you're not like stuck in a spot where the bathrooms are kind of uncomfortable, or you can't get food, or you can't have alcohol. And I hate to say it, but a lot of us like to have alcohol when we're at these events. Even if we're just watching lectures, having a glass of wine with you while you're watching lectures.
Yeah.
You got the freedom to do that. That's why I like having it in a hotel. That's another thing with picking the location. I always have to have a space big enough for us. And that's sometimes kind of hard to come by.
Yeah.
I scaled the vendor room down a little bit this year just to see how things go. But, the place I'm at, I think they have enough room for like 1,000 vendor tables if we decide to do it again.
Oh, wow. Wow. It's going to be, I was talking to Dana, because I'm like, hey, and I'm like, listen, it's in March, right? And it's before really anything gets started with any other events. You know what I mean? And it basically kicks off the paranormal season, if you will. It's like this kickoff bash for the season to get started. And nice. What better way to do that but Phenomonology? The second I saw you were doing it again, I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God, she's crazy. I can't believe she's doing this again.
I'm like, yes. I got so excited. I was like, this is awesome. And, throughout, I've become very, 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 very close with Megan. I love Megan. Love Megan. And she's become my roomie for all the events. So me and her are going to be rooming together for this one too. And so we're looking forward to it. Oh my God. And I will go on record saying, if you need help with anything, you let me know.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I will offer myself. I will sacrifice myself for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
Absolutely. And it's pronounced
Phenomenon.
Yeah, somebody else said phenomena.
Yeah, phenomenology.
Yeah. So somebody said it's pronounced Lancaster, not Lancaster.
Lancaster.
It's Lancaster, actually. If you're there, it's Lancaster.
Yeah, Lancaster.
But I'm from Baltimore, so it's Lancaster.
So can I ask, if you don't want to talk about it, it's totally fine. But just in case anybody's wondering, why the switch from I know you said you wanted to get away from the bash, but the Eisenhower, I guess they were just a little bit dicky, right?
Yes.
Yes,
we had been going there. I had a contract set up with them for like 10 years to come back every year, and the girl that I originally made the contract with, who I love, she's an awesome person, she left, and they were kind of getting stupider and stupider every year. And then the one year we did a Halloween party. Mm-hmm. So we decided to do the Neppy Halloween party there, and they quoted me a rate for rooms and all that. Well, people were trying to make reservations, and they weren't giving them the rate. And they were like, well, it's too late or this or that. I'm like, there's nobody in this hotel. Why is it too late to make a room reservation under the amount that you gave me?
Right.
The hotel is empty. So we get there, and the party was supposed to be from like 10 to 2. At midnight, they flipped the lights on. Okay, you're done. I was like, what? And we had paid. It wasn't free. They didn't give us anything for free. We had paid.
Right.
So that had happened, and I flipped out on them, and I was like, you know what? I want to cancel all my contracts. And they're like, fine, go ahead. So I did.
Like, didn't they realize how much money you were bringing to that hotel with all the rooms that were booked and everything, regardless? I mean, and the bartenders had to have made out.
Oh, God, yes.
You know what I mean? Because that bar was busy the entire time we were there.
But they were never nice to us. The bartenders were never nice to us.
No, they weren't. They were, but, you know, I'm sure they worked short staff, though, if you ask me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were short staffed, but they made out. They made a ton of money, for sure. Because that bar was packed all the time. People like how Dana would say, people would go out and they would go to the bar, get a drink, whatever, come back to the event, you know, because it's all right there. Like everybody had that freedom, you know. So
right, you didn't have to worry about driving, or anything. So, but they were really rude. Not, you know, they didn't care that I want to cancel the next 5 years worth of contracts with them,
which is crazy if you think about it. Yeah, because I mean, like, I don't understand what
ridiculous.
And it's a very outdated hotel. So to get like all those people in there, you know, like, because it was a lot. I mean, the place you couldn't find a place to park in a hotel parking lot. Like, it was just,
and it's a huge parking lot.
Yeah. And you know, I mean, for them to just, it sucks because Gettysburg was awesome to have it there. You know what I mean? But I'm sure Lancaster's going to be just as fun. So John Covey says, hotels do not care. That's the sad thing. People are not as accepting of the paranormal as we think. That's true. We have ran into numerous times. We have ran into that numerous times.
I believe that.
But you know what though? Like, when we were at where were we at? Where were we at? Where we were staying at that hotel. And everybody there seemed pretty cool. What the heck was it? Hi, Megan. Megan's on.
Was it
where
when we were in Penhurst?
Oh, Penhurst, yeah. Yeah, they were pretty cool. That hotel was cool. They really seemed to be like very, if they saw us with the shirts on or saw the people, you know what I mean? They were like, oh, hi, can we do anything? Is everything okay? You know?
Yeah, they were really nice.
Do you remember when we had the zombie prom?
Yes.
And the wedding party came over.
Yes.
Took pictures with us. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. The zombie prom was awesome. The wedding party coming over was so cool. We had a lot of fun. So offhand list, you know, some of the power celebs that are going to be there. We know Jason, right? Is he definitely going to be there?
He says he's looking forward to coming. He says he's been wanting to come for years. And just let me throw this out there real quick, just so you guys know why some of the stuff failed for me. There was a really crappy agent who was playing games and would tell me that people were coming and charge me for them and then cancel them and keep the money.
Oh, that's awful.
Wow. So I just want to let you know that was also part of the reason why I stopped. That person is no longer involved in any of this. So hopefully things will go better this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awful.
But Jason said he's been wanting to come for years, but I think that particular agent kind of blocked us since I started Phenom.
Oh. And then why? And why do that? Like, I don't get it. I just don't get why people do the things they do, you know? Yeah. Instead of being like this awesome event time and time again. You know what I mean? And growing with you and getting to know all these people and becoming somebody that really probably could be like an agent for, you know what I mean? Like, get a name for themselves. They go ahead and do that. Megan said, us crashing the wedding is one of my favorite memories.
No, I think the wedding crashed us.
And she said, hey, Dana, love you.
Love you too.
Yeah, and John said lawsuit. Shaking my head about the agent. I think.
Well, that person wound up going to jail for drugs and beating up his girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
And let me also say this: he was a very prominent agent in the paranormal field. He had a lot of clients, a lot.
Wow, that's just a shame. Like, and you know, you learn, right? I mean, unfortunately, you're not going to be as trusting, you know, because of that, and it sucks for the person that's going to, you know what I mean, be there, that's going to be 100%, but then you learn to trust, you know, and then it just takes longer, you know, it's a process now, you know, unfortunately that happens, you know, we had to learn, you know, with anything, you know what I mean, like even with, you know, events and stuff like that, it's like you have like certain people where you're just like, yeah, we gotta flag that one. They can't come in here, you know, or whatever. You learn certain things.
They say that about me at other events, but I'm not allowed that anymore.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a troublemaker. I'm a troublemaker.
No. No. When do you have time? You're doing your like healing.
Yeah, I usually do my healing at other events, you know.
Yeah. Are you guys going to be doing your, I saw you advertise, right? Are you going to be doing your, you and your daughter are going to be doing your healing?
If I can, I will. I don't know how crazy it's going to be. I've kind of learned to let go of some stuff, so I might be able to. But there's also, you know, because everybody comes to me, how do we do this? I have a lot of people that volunteer for the event, you know, and if it wasn't for them, it would not happen at all. But they always even ask me, you know, is this okay? Is that okay? And so I kind of have to be readily available. It's hard to do a healing when people are constantly asking you.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're going to be busy. You are going to be very busy. So besides Jason, like who else is gonna be making their appearance? All right, who's gonna be some of the para celebs that are gonna be doing the investigations?
I'm sure Jeff is gonna do them again. I haven't really talked to him about it yet, but we'll do that. I have Chris Fleming, I have Stacey Jones, who definitely love to investigate every time. I'll probably put Tim Dennis and Dave Schrader, and the celebs may switch off so that they're not so overwhelmed and there for the whole time. Right. So a little bit of everybody. I think Carmen's still investigating. John usually likes to show up at an investigation, so it'll be pretty much almost everybody. Just at least will stop by for a little bit if they're not there the whole time.
Cool. Yeah, my last and final is Jason. I have to meet Jason, and because I've met Grant, I met Steve and Ted, because they're my favorite. You know what I mean? All those guys are my favorite.
Yeah, the originals.
Yeah, I've never met Jason either.
Yeah, so he's my last. So I'm like really, really, my fingers are crossed he's going to be there, because that's I'll probably be starstruck at first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I probably will be starstruck at first, but after I get over my initial little hump, I'll probably be like, okay, you know, it's cool. I was away when I met Grant. I was very but he's so awesome. Like he just makes you comfortable right away. Oh my
god, yeah, he's amazing.
You know, and then when I saw him again at Penhurst next year, he's like, hey, he like remembered me, and I was like, oh my god.
I mean, he makes it a point to remember people, which is nice. You know, because he generally he cares. You can tell.
I hadn't seen him for 10 years, and I was standing in line because I didn't want to be rude to say hi to him, and he saw me in line, and he opened up his eyes, he's like, hey, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't seen you for 10 years.
Yeah. It's crazy, right? Like,
yep.
Yeah, so when we were at Penhurst, he was walking by PCI&J, their table, and Kim was like, oh, you know Taryn? He was like, do you know my friend? He's like, yeah, I know Taryn. And I was like, what? And then I had a little bit of starstruckness go through me for 1 second. I was like, hi. I was like,
me and him are buds.
Yeah. So that was cool, you know?
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you that, you know, you're growing up liking the right kind of people.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I heard through the grapevine that Zach.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. It's all right. Everything's sacred here. So there's no, you know, but He wants $20,000 to make appearance to places. $20,000.
That's all right. We were at an event with him once, and not impressed at all.
Yeah.
Really, we had to film. Brian had asked us to film something because he couldn't be there because he was doing the John Zappa's documentary thing he has. He asked me to film Ghost Adventures saying something, so I filmed them, and I was not impressed with Zach at all. He just rubbed me the wrong way.
I mean, is he really that toolish in person too? Like,
Yes.
Is he? I'm like, maybe
Yes.
it's just the show and they like.
Megan was there. Yes. She knows.
Like, does
Is
he,
it for the TV or
like, does he
like
think
that?
he's
No.
like, does he think he's hot?
Yeah, I'm sure
Yes.
he does. Yes, he does.
That's so
You
funny.
can tell he thinks he's hot.
Well, I can tell you, there were a lot of teenage girls there at the event we were at.
Mhm.
That he was there, and when he walked into the room, you would have thought the Beatles walked in.
Stop it.
Screaming that.
And crying, and
What?
I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Oh my god.
He probably loved it too.
Wow.
I'm sure he did.
Wow, that's amazing. I wonder, you know who else was really cool back then? Chris from Ghost Hunters. I forget her last name.
Chris Williams.
Yes, Chris
Yeah.
Williams. She was cool. She wasn't as open and friendly, but when I investigated with her at one of them, the Farnsworth or something like
Yeah,
that. But
in the farmhouse.
yeah, when we were investigating, she was really, really cool, and we sat there and we talked, and you know what I mean. But she wasn't as like outgoing as the guys were, you know.
Right.
But once you got to talking with her, she was like really, really cool. And you know, somebody like that is another person, you know, for women in the field to look up to. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, look, we have Stacy Jones, who has been doing this forever. She goes by Ghost Cop because she started in New York as a New York police officer, and she just kind of was investigating the paranormal too. So that's where she got that from.
Mm-hmm.
We got Carmen Reed, who's coming, who started out basically as a victim of the paranormal, and she's turned it around to where now she's an investigator. You know, so we have these incredible women that are coming. Andrea Perrin, she lived in one of the most haunted houses that we all know about.
She's a good
I
friend
have
of
not
mine.
met her yet.
She's
would love-
awesome.
Oh, you'll love her.
She's a good friend of mine. You're gonna love her.
Yeah, I want to meet her.
You will love her. But, you know, these women who have survived these major things that are now kind of turned it around, Stacy's son, she had taken him to a cemetery to investigate with her when he was younger, and he became possessed. So she lived through that, you know.
Wow.
So it's awesome to hear these women of the paranormal and what they have been through and what they have accomplished. I mean, you know, Kat and Tess don't investigate the paranormal, but Kat grew up in a very haunted house, and she survived that, and she's, you know, turned that around into healing and everything.
Yeah.
So you just see how strong we really are.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm all
especially
about.
spiritually. I think that women don't tell the guys this, but I think that women are stronger spiritually than the guys are.
Well, you
I
know,
agree. I agree.
I think it's partly because we are much
Open,
more in
too.
tune
Right.
with
Right.
our
Right.
inner
I agree.
inner feelings and our
Yeah.
emotions, and you know what I mean. So we're
Well,
very much more
right.
delicate in that area where.
And I don't read many men. When I do my readings, I'm telling you, I can count them all in one hand. And I've been reading for a few years.
Do you
now.
think that's why some people will pick up mostly on female energies, like female spirit
Yeah,
energies,
I
and
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
you know?
could be. Yeah, yeah.
I pick up on females a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Now that I think
Which
about
is-
that's weird.
Which
Yeah.
is weird because I tend to gravitate more towards men because I
Well,
grew up with a lot of I
In
have
this
6
life,
brothers,
Yeah, you have
and
all those.
yeah.
But in this life,
But in the spirit, I
Well,
generally will find myself connecting more with women
Yeah.
energies. You know, I wonder if men connect with men energies more.
We're going to have to ask.
I
good,
know.
Good question.
I wonder.
We can ask who's on here that does readings.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way before,
Which
but
is,
now that I think about it, I do
Casey,
connect
right?
with more women.
Yeah.
John. Ask John.
And you know, it's funny too because thinking back, when you listen to EVPs, right? Let's just say, for example, we're listening to EVPs. More times than not, I hear female voices where I feel like Mike would hear a man's voice.
Well, they say men hear words differently. Remember they did that one thing where, what was that thing on Facebook or on the news? Women would hear one word, but then when men listened to it, they heard another.
Yeah, well, men are wrong.
I was going to say, that's made up.
Men are wrong.
Yeah, I forget what it was.
Megan said, I remember going to 2 of their Taps Darkness events, and with all the people, and all those people were there, said hello, and said, weren't you at another event, and totally remembered me. I don't know.
That was back.
Oh, that was, okay, hold on.
Start over.
No worries, she's way up there now. You already, we're up here now.
She's talking about auctioning off.
I pick up both. Bill said he picks up both. I mean, I pick up both too, but it seems.
I do too, but it seems like I connect more with women energies. You know, which is surprising, but
maybe that's why.
Oh snap! Did you all hear about the women's paranormal retreat?
Let's go! Yes.
I kind of did. I can't remember where it is, but I did hear about it.
Who's putting
it on? I didn't hear about it.
I think I heard through Facebook, but I don't know I forget who's putting it on.
There is a woman.
Who's putting it on, Megan?
Yeah, Megan asked us if we heard about it, so maybe we can get some details on that. I mean, I'm all about that. That would be cool to have just a woman's.
Yeah, that'd be fun. A weekend.
I think it would be fun. Do you think it would be fun?
I think it would.
Yeah.
I think it would be different. It totally would be different.
Was it at Mounds? It might be at Moundsville. I want to say it's like Moundsville or somewhere.
I'll share the link. Okay.
Moundsville. Where's Moundsville?
West Virginia.
Oh, West Virginia.
West Virginia.
We don't want to go there by ourselves.
No.
It's not a good place.
I know. I agree. West Virginia is a little.
West Virginia.
Yeah, a little suspect. A little skeptic.
As you would say, wrong-term people?
So,
yeah,
wrong-term people. I'm so afraid of wrong-term people.
Me too.
Oh my gosh, are you? Yeah, she said yes, it's Moundsville.
Yeah, where we were could have been some.
Yeah. We,
private case.
Which, it's weird that we're talking about this whole women thing, because I feel like the three of us, the women thing is very empowering, you know?
When our energies are together.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Mm-hmm. I think it's a good thing, which you would think in this field more women would be a little bit more uplifting and empowering to each other. But you have everybody that, people are just...
I think the men are trying to squash us down.
Call me Rosie the Riveter right here. We can do it.
We can do it.
I mean, I'm one of the only women event planners, and I don't belong to the boys club. I can tell you right now, they do not treat me the way they treat each other.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, I've never. We've only done the small events, right? You know what I mean?
I'm a small event planner.
Yeah.
We're small events.
We have small events. We're just hey, we're doing an investigation. Come join us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. So we really haven't been, subject to I'm gonna say what you said. I don't want to say competition, but in a way, people look at it that way. Unfortunately, you know what I mean?
Right.
There are people out there that make you feel that way because that's the way they feel, they make you have to defend yourself for what you're doing, and it sucks.
It does. It really does. And I said, Phenom is different than every other event out there, so it's really not even competition for any of the other events because it's different. Brad Blair does the Michigan Paracon.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's awesome. I can tell you right now, it's completely awesome. I wish that I was Brad Blair, and I wish I could do Michigan Paracon because it's amazing. That's the only thing, he's bigger than Phenom, but he's the only thing kind of similar at this point that I know about. There might be something in Vegas or whatever, but the one that I know about is his. But on the East Coast, there really isn't anything that's like a trip. Phenom's not just an event. It's a mini vacation.
It really is. It really is. And I'm excited about it. I can't wait for it. like I'm just like this is like really looking forward to Phenomonology.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm happy that I'll be able to go. You know.
Yeah, me too.
I already put in time off of work. I'm like ready. I'm like saving money. I'm like, this is,
Let's go.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
And it's something to look forward to. It's the weather's starting to change and get nice, you know, so it's kind of like refreshing too.
It'll be my birthday present to myself because my birthday's March 2nd. Even though it's
Oh,
at the end of the month,
yeah.
I'm gonna be like, this is my birthday present to myself. Yes, Megan, roomies. She's me and her like forever roomies at everything
Yeah.
now.
That's too funny.
Dana, for the hotel, it says you can't book to a few days before.
It might be sold out if you do.
Okay, it just says that when you read it, or I could be reading wrong. It says it's only open up between here and here for the event, like to book.
Yeah, what they do is they give me that much time to fill up our room block.
Okay.
If it's not filled out, they release the rooms to the general public. So
I get it.
you run the risk of it being sold out.
Okay, so it's best to like do it right now.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah.
A good idea. The sooner, the better.
Yeah. So I just read it wrong. Okay.
You didn't book your room yet?
No, because I read it wrong. I thought it said you can only do it like a couple weeks before the event is when it's available to get that.
I see.
I didn't read it.
Oh, you get on that, girl.
Yeah.
And you might have read it right, but because I didn't read it, but I know what we talked about.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So besides Phenom, what else you got going on in Dana's world? Like, you know, with like not just Phenom, but you and your daughter.
Julia.
Yeah, you and your daughter. You guys go to events and do. You know, do you have anything coming up?
No, we're actually off until Phenom. We can do healings like at our house, or we could go to someone else's house if they need it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have reached the level of Gypsy Sage, which I'm very proud of. It
Yay.
was a lot of work and a lot of emotional stuff to kind of get there, and so I'm there.
Good for you.
Julia's a 3, so she's right behind me on that.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Very proud.
So when you say you can go to somebody's house, that's not like you would only do like one person, right? Like that's not like, oh, we'll have like you know how some people do like they have a medium come and then they'll have like 10 people come to the medium or whatever.
Like a party?
Yeah. Like
we actually could do a party like that where we would maybe line up. I wouldn't do more than 4 or 5 people in a day. Right. I would never do more than that because it's too hard on me. Yeah, it's way. I mean, I know Sabrina has seen me work, and I look like death by the time I'm done. So we wouldn't do more than 4 or 5 people, and but we would do that because actually it makes a really great environment. Just like when we do the events, like at summer or whatever, it's just the flow and the energies and different people. It really creates a great environment for healing. I know some people like to do a little bit more private, but I don't. I just feel like, a lot of what we do is battling evil. And when we have a room full of people and there's laughter while we're working on a very serious situation, but we're kind of, we're serious when we need to be serious, but there's also times when we need to lighten up. So, if I can look over at somebody and make a joke to them and just relieve myself some of that, it's awesome. I prefer a room full of people.
Yeah, that whole thing is foreign to me. I mean, 2 of my best friends do it, but it's still to me it's still foreign. So, like at Selma, when you guys were all in that first room, and I walked in and I literally my heart went into my stomach because I thought, but then I saw you guys talking to each other and I was like, oh, like I wasn't expecting it to be so freely. You know what I mean? Like. I thought it was something that was supposed to be like, you got to be quiet and you got to be focused and you're like, you know what I mean? So like,
and it's funny because we are extremely focused, and there are times when we're extremely quiet. There are times when we're crying our eyes out. But sometimes in order to do what you need to do, you need to break it up, because one thing that I feel like evil likes is depression and darkness and sadness. One thing evil hates is laughter. and love, and we try to like exude that when we're doing a healing too. But it does get, sometimes it gets very dark. I don't know, how much you guys got to see what we do, but sometimes it gets extremely dark and extremely hard. So we kind of try to pull out of that, and we try to keep a murmur going.
I would that be taboo to have somebody observing?
Depends on the situation.
Gotcha.
It really depends on the situation. It depends on the person on the table. It depends on what they're going through.
Right.
Also, if it's dangerous for anybody to be around us when we're trying to pull nastiness off of people.
Right. Sure.
Because we don't want to get on anybody else.
Right.
Yep.
Well, I mean, if there's ever an opportunity, I would like to see it. You know what I mean? To see,
sure.
I mean, if the opportunity ever presents itself, where seems like it's something that's, okay. Yeah. I mean, I would just love to see, because what I have seen, it was very, to me, it looked like a very relaxed environment. You know what I mean? Where it didn't look like it was very, I don't know what word I'm looking for, because I'm not trying to say that you guys weren't doing your thing. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say that. It just, I thought I had stepped into, I thought I was messing something up when I walked in there, but then everybody was kind of like across the tables talking to each other. So I was like, okay. Then it made me, then I wasn't so reluctant to walk in there. But then after that, I was like, then I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be walking in here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So. Well,
and we also really don't want people to feel intimidated by it. Sometimes if we're working on a family member and we think it might be too much, we'll ask the family members, to step out, because sometimes we're dealing with hard things.
Sure. And you want the person on the table to be as open and relaxed as possible, right?
Right.
I mean, and if somebody is in there that they're like, oh my God, are you going to say something that they're going to hear and not like, I guess that could pose for, to be not a good session, I guess, right? Not a helpful, not
we
a
want them
session.
And we always ask them, we're like, are you okay with this person here? And we ask them privately, so it's not like they know that that they said, I don't want anybody in here with me or whatever. So we definitely ask them privately, and if we have to ask somebody to step out, we will.
Yeah, that's cool. And I'm sure people understand. They're there for a reason. They're not there because they don't know anything about the paranormal or about anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm sure that's an easy conversation to have with somebody,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I will get on the table one of these. I need to get on the table.
I know, Bill. Well, you guys did me.
A lot going on. Yeah.
It was like a kind of like a demonstration.
Demonstration.
Yeah, we did a demonstration
live for one of our shows.
Yeah, we did a demonstration a couple weeks on me, and they did all kinds of stuff on me.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like a demonstration thing.
So you probably weren't really relaxed.
Yeah.
For you were relaxed though. A little
For
bit.
me, yeah, because I have my brain
ADD.
doesn't stop. My brain doesn't stop.
So
That's one of the problems I have.
Yeah.
That's one of the problems I have with like meditation and stuff. Like
your head's going a million miles
oh
an
my
hour.
gosh, I literally have such a hard time with meditating and even concentrating to put up protection. You know what I mean? Like it's just so hard for me to concentrate and to and to do that stuff. And I think it really does. I think it's why I struggle so much with opening like my intuitions and my third eye and all that stuff. I feel like it's preventing me from being so, you know what I mean, sensitive.
Yeah.
Because I have such a hard time with all the other stuff. So. But yeah, I have to say I was relaxed. For me, it was relaxed, for sure.
Well, you definitely have to try my table and tell me what you think.
I want to try it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I would love to. Bill keeps telling me I have to get on the table with you, and I'm always like, okay, but then I'm always like, my head, I'm like, I'm not going to say I think it's not going to work. I always am hopeful.
Right.
Because I want the help.
Mm-hmm.
I want to open up and I want it to work on me.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, my stupid head doesn't shut off. Like, it just doesn't stop.
Well, I didn't want to get on the table. I think Kat and Tess probably chased me for a good 2 years. Yeah. I would not get on the table because I'm like, it's stupid.
Right.
Because I didn't really believe, and I saw them doing stuff over people, and I was like, that's so weird. I don't want to do that. And then finally, I was in such a bad place that I finally gave in, and I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I feel like crap, and everybody's like, oh, you feel so wonderful when you get off the table. I'm like, fine, I'll try it. So reluctantly, I got on the table, and I can tell you in all honesty, it changed my whole life.
Did it really?
I know that you guys.
But that's what I want. I want to be, because I talked to Isabella, Frank Sinelli's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she had said something happened to me, which nobody, we had a conversation, which I'll talk to you about that, but
okay.
We had a conversation, and she actually looked at me and said, that's why you can't open up. That's why you're so closed off. You got to get this, whatever. And I'm like, okay. But I'm like, all right, that's cool. But I hate to say it's not that I don't think it's going to work. I feel like it's me, not you. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I was the same way. I wasn't expecting anything when I got on the table. I mean, I just, honestly, because I knew it was a vibration table, I really just wanted my shoulders and stuff relaxed, because I was getting on an airplane to go home from Florida, and I just wanted my shoulders relaxed. And I thought, well, I'm going to lay on this vibration table. If nothing else, it's going to relax my shoulders.
Right.
And then, like I said, my whole life changed that day.
What is a vibration table?
It's sound and vibration, so it is a massage table, and it's modified so that when you lay it when you lay on it and you have your headphones on, you get the sound, and then the mattress of the table vibrates ever so slightly, just enough to kind of put you in that relaxed, meditative state.
Is it do you plug it? I mean, you plug it in. What makes it vibrate? Oh, okay, interesting. I never knew there was such a table. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Hey now.
Yeah, I know. I heard about the headphones, but I didn't know that there was a vibration table. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a modified massage table, so that it does vibrate the whole way through, and it really does work to relax you. Even like somebody like me, because I'm like you, I do not relax ever.
Well, you know what, Dana? What I'm hearing, that would be good for her, because she's gonna, if it's vibrating, you're gonna pay attention
to the vibration,
right,
and get out of your head. I think this would be very good for you.
Yeah,
and me, but I'm just saying for you.
No, that makes sense. Like, I'll be concentrated. Like, when you guys were doing the bowls.
Yeah, you were.
When you guys were doing the bowls, I was like, it was almost like that sound just engulfed my whole body and my mind.
You were thinking of that and not in your head.
Right.
So that's what you need. So this is very good for her.
Yeah, it's almost like it's immersive, because you have the vibration and you have the headphones on, the noise canceling headphones that have the music in it. Mm-hmm. So it's almost
interesting.
You're removed from everything.
Oh, I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to try it because I need some healing.
Well, if you can't wait till March, me and Julia can always come and see you guys, or you can come here. But also, we're going to have a whole band of gypsies in Lancaster.
Oh my God, you almost said Gettysburg.
I know.
How far are you from New Jersey?
I'm in Maryland, right over the line from Pennsylvania. I am about...
Yeah.
I am an hour and a half maybe from Selma.
Oh, that ain't far.
No, Gettysburg is 2.5 hours from us. I think you would be. I think you would be before Gettysburg, right?
I think so. I think I am.
Oh, that's not far.
Yeah, GB's like 2.5 hours from us. So.
Well, what part of New Jersey are you in?
South Jersey, like near Philly.
We're half hour from Philadelphia, Cherry Hill.
Okay, so it might take you 2 hours to get to me?
Yeah.
Chris, how far are we from Philadelphia? He said we're an hour from Philadelphia.
Oh, all right.
That's not bad. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, maybe we might...
Road trip.
Yeah, a girls' weekend. Here we come.
Not a problem. We have extra room here. We have plenty of extra room. And I have a room set up just to do the healings in, so, that's a little bit more private.
Yeah, that's cool.
I had a rough year.
Yeah. 2019 was a rough year for a lot of people, I think.
It was awful.
I think so.
It was just one of those years where everybody had a shit, you know what I mean? Like, Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, we
Tom,
have
I agree.
some. So I think hopefully
Summer.
2020 is
gonna be better for all of
yeah.
us.
Yep.
We're going to make it better.
I'm
That's
looking
right,
forward
dinner.
to it.
Yeah.
You know, I always kick off my New Year in Gettysburg, and because it's where I go to celebrate New Year's. So New Year's Day, I'm waking up in my most favorite place on earth, and you know, and then I'm always hopeful that the year's just going to continue to get better.
Yeah.
You know,
Where do you go in Gettysburg for New Year's?
where I stay in at Lincoln Square, right on the square.
Nice.
I book every year when I go. I always book for the following year because I'm like, yeah, I want this room. This is my spot. You know. So this year, I've recruited. Megan's coming, and Sabrina's coming, and
Nice.
one of Megan's friends is coming. So I have the whole inn booked out with all my friends. So we're all just going to celebrate New Year's together.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome there for New Year's. Have you ever been?
No.
Man,
No, we actually, Sandy, you all probably know Sandy. She's part of our team too.
Yeah.
We have been celebrating New Year's together for probably 30 years now.
Oh, that's
Wow,
awesome.
that's nice.
Traditions, you know.
Yeah.
You have to keep with this is my tradition, so you know I'm happy to share it with people, you know. Hopefully they'll have fun and they'll come back next year with us, you know.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah. They have like they block off the square. They have vendors out there. The bars all have stuff, and you know, and then at midnight they have a DJ and they have a band, and then at midnight they do fireworks over the square.
Oh, it sounds like a ton of fun.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome. You know, so it's good times. So listen, yeah. So we're gonna let you go because
Okay.
I know you're
Busy.
you know, a busy
Yeah.
little bee, and but I just want to go out there and say we are gonna have you on again before Phenom if you can. I know that I got a little worried with having you on after or just before because I know you're probably gonna be really, really busy. But I want to try to get you on again next
Okay.
year so we can just kind of
Promote it.
promote and get it out there and just kind of maybe give us some updates and you know what's going to be going on closer to the event and you know anything that people need to know. We'll hear it straight from the Queen's mouth.
Yes.
Okie doke.
So somebody just
Phenomenon.
said phenomenon.
Do.
Well, thank you for coming on and happy
Thank
holidays.
you so much.
Thank you.
so
Happy
much.
holidays to you too.
And we'll be in touch about a healing weekend too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, just let me know when.
I really do need it.
Yeah, and thank everybody for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
And
Thank you.
And thank you so much, Dana. I really appreciate the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
All right,
Take
honey.
care.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
See ya. She's awesome.
All right. Yeah.
We love her. We love Dana. Megan, yes, woohoo! New Year's Eve in Gettysburg. Can't wait. I told Beth to
I know.
get in touch, but you know she's hating.
I know.
She's hating. But what time is it? 8:40.
Oh, 8:40.
Yeah, so really quick, so let's like recap. December 7th.
Mm-hmm. Marlton VFW, Toys for Tots. Bring it unwrapped gift. We'll be giving raffle tickets 50-50 away.
It's a psychic and healing event.
Yep. Psychic and healing event. All the vendor tables. I don't make any money. They all go to the Marlton VFW. And then
the veterans and
the
stuff.
veterans, who fought for our country, as you all know. It's an important cause. And
That's December 7th.
December 7th. And December 20th and 21st, we have a ghost investigation.
First ever investigated.
Yeah.
It's called Paul's Discovery Farm.
Mount Laurel, New Jersey.
And Paul's is Paws.
I know.
Not Paul.
I made that mistake. Yeah.
It's Paws.
Like a dog, like animal paws.
Yeah, animal Paws.
Yeah.
Paul's Discovery Farm. Circa what, 1737 or something?
7, yeah.
1737.
Old.
But that outhouse or whatever that is was 1708.
Yeah. And
So-
then the cemetery said 1700.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so it's an old place. It'll be Friday and Saturday. I won't be there Friday. I have a wedding. My brother's getting married. But I'll be there Saturday with everybody. But Friday will be Beth and Sabrina and Mike and Anthony. And then, Saturday I'll be joining the crew. And
we have plenty of tickets available. So please,
sign
if you
up.
want to
Come
come
on.
up, it'll be fun. They're going to have hot chocolate, coffee, water.
And anybody out there that is a friend of mine, and you're driving from afar, if you want to come out Saturday, you can stay at my house, and come with me, to the event. Why are you hating? Did I say that?
Yeah.
I said that?
Yeah.
Oh, don't hate.
Yeah. But I mean, come on. It's for a great cause. Again, they're all the money goes to them. It's a nonprofit to keep it open. They have farm animals there. So it's like...
Which I'll probably be... There's room. She'll
be in the barn. I won't be able to find her.
I'll be with all the animals.
I'll be like, where's Tara? I'm like, come on, I'll show you.
Where's Taryn? Oh, we know where she's at.
Yeah, she's fine.
But so keep that in mind. We also... we did good deeds on Sunday.
Oh,
we were together.
We did.
Went to it. We had a prelim, and it was successful. Right, the prelim was successful. We are going to go out and do an investigation after the new year, but the tools so far that we've given the family, knock on wood, has helped quiet things a little bit, and they're okay, and they're happy, and they still want us to do an investigation to try to maybe get some answers for them. And we told them we can't promise we're going to have answers, but for the meantime, the stuff that we've the tools we've given them and some of the things, has, like I said, quieted things down for them. So
and we helped them. That was the biggest.
And we helped them. Yeah, they were very happy when we left, and we're still in contact. I check on them and make sure they're okay, and that's how you handle a private case. I mean, so
right,
So I mean, that's
we got a couple things.
We got a couple things.
It's Christmas time and the holidays or whatever you celebrate.
So
Hanukkah,
whatever,
Kwanzaa,
all of it. But I gotta go celebrate the toilet.
Oh, so all right. So thank you.
So we got a peace.
Peace out. Thank you for joining
us.
Next week,
December 11th, Pam and Steve Barry will be on the Brew. And talking
From Ghost
about
Exchange, right? What are they called? What are they?
Would they do the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their store is Ghost Exchange in Gettysburg. Yeah.
Yep.
So make sure you tune in December 11th. We're gonna have an awesome show that week as well.
Yeah.
So we're peacing out, peeps.
Peace out.
Thanks everybody for joining us.
Love you guys.
Mwah.